Hey, it's Shellcasing Kid, and this looks like a good place to metal detect, doesn't it? I agree, but it's a really trashy site. It's really bad. So what I did is I brought a 30-gallon trash can, and I'm gonna clean up a little section and give it a try and see what I can find, and do a little bit at a time. If I don't find anything metal detecting, at least I've done my part to try to make the planet a little cleaner. So, all right. Without further ado, time to start picking up some trash. First target after picking up some trash is this gas valve that would be in an old time house. It looks very Victorian. Come across these before. That's a good sign. Well, right next to this old computer monitor, I found a part to a wooden horse cart. This is the brass end that would go on the end of the cart staff, and when the horse wasn't attached to it, this would rest on the ground. So they put a piece of brass on it to stop wear and tear on the horse, on the cart. That is crazy. This is the trashiest location I've hunted in probably a half year. Here's something cool from the real old times. This is a little pendant. I imagine it probably had a stone in it at one time, but hung from a chain. Something along those lines. Okay, I just found this, it's a valve stem cover for an early automobile, and I had a 75 signal right here, and it's a cool little buckle. It's tangled up in some roots. Look at that. That's a neat little buckle. Alright, it's a good find. Well, here's a little garter clip right here. Tiny little garter clip. It's a nice old find. Probably for a pair of stockings or like men's socks. Here's a cool little brass like hook that you would screw into a wall or nail into a wall, and then you could hang stuff on it, straps and whatnot. It looks like it could be pretty old. Just got a beautiful little buckle. Look at that. Brass. And a beautiful signal too. Alright, I just got a screaming 8890. Popped open the hole and that's what I see. Oh yes. Please be a large cent. Please be a large cent. I think it is. I think I got a matron head here. I think that's the wreath side. I'm cleaning off my thumb so I'm not rubbing dirt on it. What do we got there? Looks like a braided hair. No, it doesn't. What do we have here? Facing to the right. she facing to the right? What do we got? Yeah, she is. She's facing to the right. That couldn't possibly be a Liberty Cap, could it? This is a tough one, but that's a really fine wreath around 1 cent. You can see 1 cent right there, so I flip it this way. Right there. But check out what came out of the hole. That's not a coin. It does say something on it though. It's deep. Upside down. There you go. What does it say? Man, it says a lot of stuff. Looks like it was a tag. Maybe a... No, I don't know what it was. I have to clean it up. Did want to show you the 30-gallon trash can right there. Managed to fill it up. Old, new, metal, plastic, lots of stuff. Could probably do that the next 5 or 6 times I'm at that site. And I intend to. I'd like to see if I could get that site a little more clean. But on to the roundup. All right, here's the roundup. Start with the clock gear, the hollow brass ring, then the solid brass ring. Back of a pocket watch. Think that's a valve seal, but it might just be a glob of lead. That's a bracket for a lightning rod, the wire that comes down the side of the house that would hold like a glass or a porcelain standoff for it. That's a valve stem cover on an early car. That is a valve for an early gas system. You can see it's like kind of Victorian looking. That's the cart part that I found. There's the strap holder. Alright, I found 5 wheat cents. 2 I couldn't get years off of, but there's a 1953, a 1956, and a 1944. That's that bottom row down there. Top 2 I couldn't get years off of. 2 nice little early buckles. One still has the tongue, but the other one broke off. Garter clip right there. That probably was part of a locket or held like a photo or a picture or something. And I guess they kept it on a string or whatnot. The top row are the finds of the week. There's a couple of them this time. This is the top part of a 2-part button. It's a like conquistador or a knight or something. You can see his visor there on the right at the top, wearing a helmet. I think he's got a pointed beard. Neat find. Didn't know what I have and wasn't able to get video of it. This I also didn't get video of. It's a little harp like pin. It's a brass background, but it looks like it was painted. Don't know what that was. Oop. Just dropped it. But cool find. This is like an early version of a credit card. It's just like a little brass tag. It's for the store Charles David, which was at 1000 Chestnut Street in Philadelphia. It says, fashions for the value wise. And then on the back side it has a number. So a person would bring this into the store, make their purchases, give this to the counter person. They would take the number off of the back, and then they would credit it to your account. They would send you a bill. So it's an early version of a credit card, and it's the first one I ever got, so I'm pretty happy about that. It's a cool find. Right now, 1000 Chestnut Street in Philadelphia is I think it's part of Jefferson Hospital. And then the large cent turned out to be a draped bust. So older than a matron head, but not as old as what I was thinking, a Liberty Cap. So check this out. So this is the United States Coins book by R.S. Yeoman. Anyone who's a metal detectorist should have this book. It's an awesome book. Here is the Draped Bust page, and if I put it next to that, you can get an idea. You can just about make out her chin, her nose, the top of her head, and then the back of her head. But I don't want to get in my own light here. But the back side is much easier to see. You can see how it says 1 cent with the really fine wreath. That's how I knew I had something old. And then when I saw that she was facing right, Liberty was facing right, I knew that was a good sign. So, anyone, get that book. It's really good. That's the roundup for this week. Don't know when the next video will be, but until next time, wash your hands.